Hey everyone, Charlie Bauer, Ladies Offroad Network, and we are live at 5 on a Tuesday, and it's a very special Tuesday at that. It is June. It is June 1st-ish. It's June 2nd. Piston is here. He's hanging out with us. Hopefully you're hanging out with us. And tonight we are going to talk about Project Sunflower. Anybody know what Project Sunflower is? Put a yes or a no. Yes or no, if you know what Project Sunflower is. It has quite a significance to it. I would like to thank Sarah for sending me this awesome shirt. And I'd also like to thank Erica and Camille for these amazing flowers. We had quite a party last night. Kind of a makeshift moment. We still have tons of chips and salsa left over, so I brought some for you if you'd like some. There's a lot more where that came from. Yeah, I should have put more in the bowl so it looked fuller. It was a lot fuller, and then I ate some, and now it doesn't look as full. Yeah, well, there's margaritas in the fridge too if you guys want some of those. So, just saying, it was a good time. All right, so yes or no, who knows what Project Sunflower is? Okay, here we go. For some reason, I'm not seeing the comments. We gotta fix that. That's not good. Somebody write me a comment. Well, shoot. I might need my laptop. There, got him to come up. Look at me go. All right, technology. Gotta love it. All right, so yes or no, you know what Project Sunflower is. Now I can actually see, sorry. Go ahead and put that on there. If you don't know what Project Sunflower is, you're gonna learn all about it tonight. It's a very exciting thing, and we'll go from there. So tonight we are celebrating, it's a big celebration. With that, we also have our June Impact that's open. With that, we're gonna talk about our June giveaway, which is huge. With that, we are going to talk about another giveaway that we're going to do during the month of June that is new and different. Our e-workshop is tomorrow night, so we'll talk about that for a minute. And then I'm going to tell you about how Ladies Offroad Network started, because there's a lot of new ladies in our circle, and I would love for you to understand how this whole thing even started. And if you got the email last night, you're like, by the way, it was completely by accident, and that's legit. So I'll get into that. But I really do need to throw some hearts for you. If I could throw hearts right now, there'd be 1,000 hearts just like going up into the sky, because yesterday is June 1st, and that is our anniversary day. So we have successfully made it to year 5 of Ladies Offroad Network. So it's our 4-year anniversary right now. We are peeling out already today into year 5 and making a difference. So 4-year anniversary of Ladies Offroad Network, which makes it our 11-year anniversary of Bauer Motorsports Media, which is my main business, and 26 years, whew, I know, the blonde, 26 years of working in the off-road industry. So when we're talking about things, I bring a lot of experience to you, and with that, a lot of friends and a lot of family and a lot of fun. So I'm very thankful for you that we have been able to do Ladies Offroad Network now for 4 years. What you're seeing in the background tonight is a lot of the programs that we've done over the last few years, and we have so many more. We have so much more fun coming up. So peeling out into year 5, peeling out into all kinds of awesomeness, and we'll talk about more of that in a minute. Our programs that we have running right now, it is the beginning of June, so let's talk about June. Your June Impact is up and it's alive, so members, make sure that you get into Wild Apricot and log in and get into that impact zone. This is something where you've made an impact on somebody, or somebody, a member within our group, has made an impact on you. I do realize we're still not necessarily seeing each other all the time, So it can be something that happens online. It can be something that happens in the mix of things. So just give it what it is, right? Make it what it is and be positive. That's what that entire zone is all about. So that is our impact zone. It is open for June. Tomorrow night is our e-workshop. So tomorrow night's an interesting e-workshop. So where we've been like focused on hard parts and we've been focused on how to drive and how to do all these things, tomorrow night's really going to be a very cool workshop. I am going to start it off by talking about how to go from two-wheel drive into four-wheel drive and when. And trust in me, there's a lot of you that think you know how, but you might be putting a lot of pressure on your transfer case. There's also some of you that are like, I've never even thought about it. Or there's some of you that say, yeah, I don't really know when to put it into four-wheel drive, like at what point do I do that? So we're gonna go through all of that phase, the how and the when. Certain vehicles have different hows, so we'll talk about that as well. Like, do you want it to be rolling or do you want it to be at a complete stop before you do it? Then our special guest is gonna be Andrew McLaughlin from Let's Roll Offroad. And he's going to take on a subject that I get asked a lot, is how do I find an off-road shop in my area? And I think that that's a really important topic. So he has an off-road shop here in Arizona. It's very clear you're not all coming to his off-road shop, but he is going to talk about how do you search one out in your area? How do you find one? How do you find the legitimacy of it? How do you make sure that that person that's running that shop is going to be able to help you, that's going to be able to communicate to you? And then how do you communicate with that service writer? How do you communicate with that group so that you make sure that you're getting what you need out of it as well? And not to be rude, but they're not just treating you like a dumb girl, because you're not a dumb girl. You're extremely intelligent with being here at Ladies Off-Road Network. So you might not know it all, because none of us know it all, but you definitely have a step above before you go and talk to a person at a shop. So I want you to hear it from him, how the best way is to approach those subjects and make sure that you're ultra successful when you go into the shop that you have in your local environment. All right, so that's tomorrow night's e-workshop. Don't forget, you do need to register, ladiesoffroadworkshop.com. And then you press on the red button and it gets you in. It's from 5 to 7:30 Pacific Standard Time, 8 to 10:30 Eastern Standard Time. We're just going to stick with this one session. It's working out really good. It's giving us a lot more flexibility because we might have a little surprise for you tomorrow night too. So of course we have our topics, we have our Q&A, and then maybe a little surprise. We're working on it. We'll see what happens. You know, Andrew and I always have something up our sleeve. And of course, tomorrow at noon, we're going to give you a little teaser of what's going on as well, so you can join us online for that. All right, so that brings me to our two big giveaways. Of course, if you guys are coming in, we're celebrating tonight. It's our 4-year anniversary of Ladies Off-Road Network. It's 11 years in Bauer Media, 26 years of me being in the industry. I'm going to talk about Project Sunflower in a minute. We're going to talk about the beginning of time. A lot of new ladies don't know about Ladies Off-Road Network, so I'm excited to tell you about that. We talked about June Impact is open. We talked about the e-workshop. Do we want to do the June giveaway first or the new one-time anniversary giveaway first? The party. Do we want to talk about the party or the June giveaway? Which one? You tell me. We'll see what you guys have to say here. Yeah, so the the party last night was quite entertaining. It was a last minute thing and it was pretty fun, where we had girls here in Arizona, honestly, that are ones that always come over and help. And they have always been in the circle and said, yeah, we'll come, we'll come, we'll come. So I called them all up yesterday and I'm like, hey, come on over. I got dinner. And we ended up sitting in this big circle and literally just laughed. So yesterday was fun. I never was able to write a post yesterday. I thought that was kind of interesting in my scene. that I couldn't write anything about the anniversary. But what I really did was I reflected on the 4 years. I had the right people with me, and I looked at this group as we were all together and saying, wow, yes, this is what Ladies Offroad Network is. This is exactly what it is. And I spent actually a lot of time working on our next big project. I don't want to talk about it right now. It's a big one, but we spent a lot of time on that too. So that was pretty cool. And I am sorry that everybody else around the country wasn't invited, but well, we decided to do this like 2 hours before dinner because that's what happens around here sometimes. All right, I am seeing a lot of party in the list there. So let's party. Let's party. Oh, speaking of party, I got some more ladies that are coming to Impulse Off-Road I heard about, and you guys need to come as well. June 26th to 28th in Salt Lake City. I need your help. We got a ton of stuff we need to be putting on the Jeep. All right, we're gonna go party. Here we go. So this is something that I just like thought about, and I'm like, you know, I want to reward you. I want to reward you for helping out, for talking about Ladies Offroad Network. Everybody here, yes, hopefully, has had an experience with Ladies Offroad Network that is awesome, I hope. That's my goal anyways. And I really want you to let other people know about that, right? Like, we have a little hidden gem to some degree. We're kind of keeping it to ourselves. It's like keeping that favorite restaurant to yourself so there's no line at the door when you go in. But I'm kind of asking for your help here. I'm like, let's start letting people know about Ladies Offroad Network. And how can we do that? And how can we make sure that people are hearing about it and happy about it? And at the same time, I want to make sure that you are rewarded for that. Like, we have a fun giveaway, we have a fun way of doing it. So we've kind of been throwing things at the wall the last couple days, and I'm sure this will get adjusted over the next couple weeks, maybe, or actually broadened. Let's not say adjusted, let's say broadened. Like, you guys will have great ideas, and so we'll add your great ideas into the list. But here's what I want to do. Are you ready? You got to read backwards. You know how this goes. I want you to bring someone new to the party, and I want you to win because of it. So we're going to be celebrating our 4-year anniversary all month of June, and I want you to bring somebody new to the party, right? Well, this is the party. If you ever hear me talking about Ladies Offroad Network, I'm like, this is all a party. This is your party. This is all about you. I just happen to host it. I happen to be the one that says, hey, come on over to my house. I'll buy the food. We'll make sure that everything happens. I'll vacuum before you come and dust, and I'll make sure it's all pretty. And when you leave, I'll clean up after you, which also means getting to pay all the bills, right? So it's all your party. And what I want you to do is start bringing somebody new to the party while we celebrate this. In the mix of that, I want you to win some cool stuff. So I pulled out some really cool stuff that you can win. It's a big kit, and you'll see it all online. You get a fluffy purse, a teal fluffy purse, a handbag. You get a ladies offer, or a I'm Not Just a Girl necklace with sand in it. It's actually might be King of the Hammer sand. Not sure I should tell you that. You will get a measuring kit, whole measuring kit, tool kit, and a Ladies Offroad Network cooler and a backpack. It's actually a cooler that you can use as a backpack. So Ladies Offroad Network cooler, backpack, the measuring tool kit, the necklace, I'm Not Just a Girl necklace, which is super cute, by the way. And of course, your new teal fluffy purse, because everybody needs one of these. Okay, so you're like, cool, Charlene, how do I win all that stuff? What do you mean? What do we gotta do? How do we bring people new to the party? Yep. All right. Well, here's my yucky list that we're going to go down. And then we can figure out more things. So, we all know about Grandma's salad bowl. It's big, and it can get bigger, by the way. So these are names that are going to Grandma's salad bowl. We are going to pull the name on the same day we do all of our other giveaways, which is June 30th. You have a month in order to get your name into this bowl as many times as you want. There is no limit to entries. You can get your name in as many times as you want, but you have to tell me about it. I'll get you to that in a second. So it's not just about doing something once. It's about how can you get multiple people involved, or how can you let somebody know, or whatever fits your fancy. So there's two ways that you can get two names into the bucket, two names into Grandma's bowl. And that is to wear a shirt or a hat in a group and take a picture of it. Like, show us a picture of you in a group, obviously wearing your shirt or your hat, right? You're promoting Ladies Offroad Network. You're wearing it and you're being out there doing awesome things. Let me add one more statement, because you're like, okay, that's cool, Charlene, but where do we put this picture? So I started another thread on wild apricots. So now you have Impact, you have Let's Party, and you have the giveaway, the June giveaway. So in the Let's Party group, this is where you're going to put these pictures or these screenshots or all of this stuff, because I can't chase you around. There's too much social media going on out there. So if you do something, I just need you to post it in there. And then that way, I'll print it, just like I print all the other giveaways at the end, cut them up, and into Grandma's salad bowl they go. Okay, so you have a little bit of responsibility here to making sure that I know that you did it. Fair enough? All right. So here's the ways that you can get into it. And this is where I think that this list can grow. I think that you guys are going to come up with some really awesome ideas, and we can grow this list, okay? So wear your Ladies Offroad Network shirt or hat in a group and take a picture. You get 2 points, 2 names in the bucket for that one. The other one is posting on social media, tagging Ladies Offroad Network, and kind of giving it a testimonial, like, why should the ladies in your group be a part of Ladies Offroad Network, right? So some of you have done that in the past. This is now an option where you get 2 names into the bucket. So wear a shirt and hat in a group picture. I mean, that can be great social media posts too, right? Every time you make a social media post and tagging Ladies Offroad Network, like, hey, I had a great time, Ladies Offroad Network, then you get 2 points in. Okay, now we're into like the one name in type things. I thought those 2 needed extras. Actually, you can thank Camille for that. So, koozies. Most of you have koozies. So you can take a picture of you in a group with your koozie and being like, yeah, look, I'm using my koozie in a group, which also is acknowledgement. All right, so that's cool. Talk to a person and encourage them to be part of Ladies Offroad Network. So Camille was telling me about how she goes through Starbucks every day, and the girls there are almost ready to like join into Starbucks. I went through a McDonald's drive-thru one time getting a sweet tea, and they're like, oh my gosh, this is so cool, what's Ladies Offroad Network? And I'm like, well, yeah, here you go. You just never know, right? And you guys have probably been in those situations already. So this is the awkward moment, is you're like, yeah, can I take a quick picture really fast? Click. Of you guys. I'm not telling you to put that on social media. I'm telling you to put that into our apricot. That at least you had that conversation, right? Fair enough. What's another one? E-workshops. E-workshops. Bring a guest. So you have plenty of friends. You have plenty of guests. Offer them. Say, somebody that you might be in your circle, that might be somebody that wants to join in. Say, hey, let's get you a guest code and come on in. Then you post an apricot, that guest code was my guest. And I'm like, perfect, there you go. Name's in the pot. See how easy this can be? Another one is a picture of your member sticker placement. Yeah. Anybody want to key into that one for a second? Don't do it. Just walk away. Just walk away. Remember sticker placement post? So you can put that up, and that will be a point, which is awesome. And then here's another one. Anyone that becomes a member in June, I can run the report, it's very easy, gets their name in the bucket. So if your friend becomes a member, if you've been kind of on the fence and you become a member right now, your name goes in the bucket for this great prize. And the referred by name also goes into the bucket. So if you referred your friend, you put that into the apricot list saying, yeah, Susie was my friend and she just became a member. I'm so excited. There you go, into the bucket. What do you think? Good plan? A lot of opportunity. I do think that there's other opportunities out there too that you guys will come up with, or that you'll say, well, what about this, Charlene? I just did this and I just talked about Ladies Offroad Network, and I'll be like, absolutely, put it in apricot, for sure. So I'm open. It's not something that's going to be a closed scenario. It's something that we need to make it bigger, make it fun, make it exciting, and give away cool stuff, because I like giving away cool stuff. And I really appreciate your help, because I think at the end of the day, it's your word, it's you talking about Ladies Offroad Network that's really going to make a difference. So I'm just going to keep doing the work. I'm just going to sit here and keep doing the work and keep producing all of this opportunity. But I'm really thankful and hopeful that you will let your friends know about it too. Okay? Good plan? Good plan. So that is the giveaway for the party giveaway. So you get your party purse, you get a measuring tool, you get a necklace with dirt in it, because of course I know that's what you want. And of course, a cooler backpack of Ladies Offroad Network. Alright, there's that giveaway. Everybody happy? Good. Now, let's go on to June's giveaway, our normal June giveaway. So we're very excited to have, of course, again, another set of Coyote deflators. And Trail and Crawl magazines. Yes, so that is the 2 monthly giveaways that we do every single month. The Coyote deflators and the Trail and Crawl magazines. And awesomely, I just showed you what the June giveaway is going to be. I'm getting distracted by what's behind me, because that's all of the 12 days of giving from 2 years ago. Pretty exciting. Yes, Ashley picked up on it. Who else picked up on it? Are we ready for the June giveaway? I mean, I already showed you, so I might as well just show you again. Yes, ladies, it is true. Warren Winch. So we're doing a Warren Xeon 10S winch. So cool, so awesome, so amazing, awesomely rad. Rad. Just put rad down. Rad, rad, rad. Warren is always a supporter of Ladies Offroad Network. I reached out and said, so there's a big reason why I need to be talking about winches this month. Do you mind doing a giveaway? And they're like, but of course, Charlene, we'll just rearrange some stuff and we'll make sure that you get one out to your ladies. So very cool opportunity here for a 10S. This is a $1,400 prize. Hello? Yes, very rad. Let's do very rad again for $1,400 giveaway. But you also know what this means. And as I was making the page today, it's a 5-month month. So you guys get 3 weeks of Warren Winch information, education from me. So as we go through this month, we'll be talking about winching. We'll be talking about the different styles, how to, and etc. And this might have something to do with the challenge as well. maybe. All right. If you go to Apricot, this is already alive. So now if you go to Wild Apricot and log in, you can do your impact. You can start understanding and seeing at least where you can put in the party pictures. And you can get your name on the list for a Warren Winch, the Coyote Deflators, and of course the Trail and Crawl magazines. Love it? I know. June is always such an awesome month. June is always such an awesome month. Okay, don't forget, we're bringing people to the party. Party, because we like to party. I'm really excited about that too, and I appreciate your guys' help on that. So, any questions really fast, or are you ready to get me into story time? Because I would like to tell everybody how Ladies Offroad Network started. There's quite a few people that don't really know about this, right? A lot of people that don't know about this. Anybody? Questions? Fast? Or moving on? We ready to rock and roll? Because I want to talk about Project Sunflower. I want to talk about how this is the 5th year of our challenge. If you're participating in our challenge right now, this is the 5th year of the challenge, which means it'll be our 5th top 10 weekend. This will be our 4th annual convention. 4th annual convention that is going to happen in August. This will only be 2 years of memberships. 2 years that we've been doing memberships. A lot of people don't realize that. We've done 2 tours. One was 26 stops. Everybody thought I was crazy until I came out with this 75 stop tour. We are, I don't want to be rude, but we're legit. We're not just a Facebook group. Like you should, it's June 1st, so baby, the bills are coming in right now. Let me tell you about it. Insurance is due. I carry heavy insurance. I carry heavy web operating expenses. Like, yeah, it's legit. This is not something that is just a Facebook group where we hang out and chit chat, which of course we do, but there is a lot bigger picture to it. We're building this up so that you can be ultra successful and have the education that you need. All right, I don't see any questions there. I haven't seen any questions, so I guess, Marissa, it's story time. Everybody loves story time. So again, thanks to Sarah for this shirt. This is the sunflower shirt, and Erica and Camille grabbed these very pretty flowers for yesterday, which had the sunflower in it, of course, because they know. So a sunflower is a very interesting flower. It is resilient. It doesn't die. It doesn't want to die. And the interesting thing about a sunflower is, regardless of where the sun is, it rotates to it. So it says, oh, you're the sun? Okay, here, I'm here. The sun is over here? All right, I'm over here. And it faces things head on. And so Sunflower was what we called Ladies Offroad Network in the very beginning. It was called Project Sunflower because I didn't really have a name for it. I knew Sunflower wasn't the name because that wasn't really going to get us anywhere. But at the same time, I needed a name to talk about it, and so we coded it as Project Sunflower. Now, there's a big story behind this, and I'm actually going to tell you the truth. The big story, if you don't mind, because I think it's kind of cool and I think it's pretty interesting. So as we celebrate 11 years of Bauer Media, 4 years ago would have been, what, 7 years? And I was done. D-O-N-E, quitting my job. Yep, quitting my job. Well, what happens? You can't exactly quit your job, can you, when you own your own business? So super frustrating, super challenging time in the market, and I was just done. I just had enough. There was reasons. I had all kinds of reasons. There's personal reasons. There's business reasons. There was all kinds of reasons. So I decided to shut my business down. And in reflection, I also was saying, well, why do I hate my job? what is wrong? Why do I hate my job? What's happening here? And what I realized is, like so many of us, we give and give and give and give and give, and we never refill our own bucket. So I had been working, helping, doing for everybody else in the industry, and I hadn't been refilling my bucket. I hadn't been doing anything that I enjoyed, that I wanted to do, that kept me going and kept me positive in what was happening. So essentially what happens, you burn out, right? You get into this burnout stage, you hate life, you hate everything about it, everything is frustrating, and etc., etc. So I was literally leaving the industry. I was done. I was out of there. And I don't know, I was going to go get a corporate job. I always joked around, Cold Stone corporate is here. And I'm like, heck yeah, I could be a great marketing person for Cold Stone. So that's what I was going to go do, or something along those lines. And so I was leaving the industry. And at that point too, I said, if I'm going to leave the industry, I'm going to go do something fun. I'm going to do something for me. I'm going to go out in a bang, and I'm just going to make it happen. And so that year, as I started to shut down my client base in Bauer Media, at one point, just to show like how big Bauer Media was, we had 4 employees that was working, including myself. And then it kind of shrunk a little bit as girls got pregnant or they moved or whatever. And so it was a big scene. And then it shrunk itself down, and now I'm in the phase of finalizing these big contracts that I had and made sure that everybody was happy, because some of the contracts were for the year, so we just needed to do that. But I also wasn't bringing anything in. So the money was shutting itself down, and here I was saying, oh, and I'm going to go out and play. And so that's what I did. So 3 opportunities came up that year. Very unique opportunities. One was the Rebel Rally, which this is a recap on right here. A second one was 36 hours of You Worry, which was 36 hours of hardcore going out and building bridges and using high lifts and using winches and doing all kinds of crazy things. And then the other was it was called Rally Venture, and I had done it the year before. And unfortunately, Rally Venture ended up getting canceled by the BLM. So then trail emissions came into play. And so that was trail emissions down in Mexico, in Baja. Well, as I was putting this together, I realized, hey, I have to have a co-driver. So this is my co-driver that went to 36 Hours You Worry with me. And I needed to have a co-driver. So, and I really didn't want to just like pick a friend, because do you have a lot of friends and all of a sudden you pick a friend and then you're in trouble because you picked the wrong friend? Like, what about me? Why didn't you pick me? You should have picked me. So instead I said, I bet there's a lot of girls around the country that feel exactly the same way I do. Like, we just need an adventure. We just need to go out. We just need to do something. We just need to make sure that we go out and have a good time. I didn't care about winning. I cared about having a good time, about really making sure that what we did was positive. Yeah. I also didn't realize that I was competitive. And I know if you guys read the Facebook post today, you're like laughing at me, because I had no idea how competitive I was, because I hadn't been in any kind of a competitive environment since high school. So here I am now in these scenes, and I'm like, oh yeah, let's have fun, but let's also do the best we can. Do the best we can. Harder. Best we can. Best we can. Best we can. So backing it up to our co-driver, I went to BFG, who was supporting me in all these events and all these opportunities, and says, so what do you think if I put a challenge together to find co-drivers? And they're like, yeah, that sounds like a great idea. And I'm like, great, well, I need to like pull this off in a couple weeks if I'm going to pull this off. And so I did. I pulled off a plan in a couple weeks, and at Easter Jeep Safari, I released the first ever 2017 Ladies Co-Driver Challenge. That's the logo in the corner down there, and you're seeing the 2 ladies that went with me to SEMA at the end as well. It's interesting that this happened to run right now. That was not planned. So I put together this Ladies Co-Driver Challenge, and 91 ladies from around the country in 2 weeks entered to be my co-driver. Many of you were part of that. Some of you were part of that. Some of you have no clue that that even happened. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And it was hard to enter. It wasn't easy to enter. And so they got entered in and we went through this whole process. And then we had ladies. This was the top 10 weekend. This is our very first ever top 10 weekends here, all the 10 ladies. And they had, I don't know, a great time, I'm hoping. It was very challenging because, of course, they were all, quote, competing to go on to the next layer, which was actually being one of the ladies that went to the 3 events. So that happened. When that happened, I also looked and said, girls, where in the world have you been? And why, right now, are you all wanting to get together and have some fun? I don't understand. I've been trying to do girl stuff for years, but quite frankly, girls don't always get along that great, right? And so why? And what's happening? And what's going on here? And I'm like, wow, this is really, really interesting. So I started paying attention to the girls. And you know what? They're girls that didn't mind getting dirt under their nails. They're girls that wanted to be a part of something bigger. There's girls that they got their Jeep and they're like, how do I do this? Or what do I do? And they were just looking for a place with other awesome women to be a part of it. And I'm like, interesting. Well, whatever. I'm out of here, right? I'm quitting. I'm done. I'm gone. I'm done. I'm out. I'm not. It is what it is. This was a really cool project, a really cool co-driver challenge. I'm really glad that I got all these ladies involved and invested in this. As soon as these events are done, my year is done and I'm going to work somewhere. That was the plan. Well, it got more and more obvious that something might need to happen and that there should be something kind of lady strategic. And so we started playing around with it a little bit. And that was in June, right? When I finally said, okay, the ladies came here in May, the 10 ladies, they all sat in the van and as we were going to different places and I picked their brain and I'm like, well, what do you think? What do you want? What do you want to do? How do we need to do this? What should we call it? What should we call it? Like, I don't know. It's completely by accident. We're just making stuff up. Like, I don't know. What do we want to do? What do people want? What do you ladies want? What matters? And so that's what we did. We made up Project Sunflower, which then I went to work on and said, okay, well, we'll just kind of start with these options and opportunities for girls to go on adventures, then we'll go from there. Like, I have all the Bauer Power Hour stuff. We have a ton of education opportunities, so why not, right? Yeah, so you've been playing with green screens for a long time. So we came up with Gem Offroad. This was our original logo. This is our original logo for Ladies Off-Road Network. And it was guiding, educating, motivating. GEM Offroad. That's what the GEM stands for. Guiding, educating, motivating. You still hear us using that. But when I would say GEM Offroad, GEM Offroad, GEM Offroad, people are like, what? What did you just say? Like, how do you spell that? What are you saying? Is it J-I-M, G-E-M? Like, what is happening? And so I instantly-ish realized Charlene made a major marketing fail. F. Big fat F. Name was wrong. The name was 100% wrong. And so, yeah. By December, I had redone it all because I'm like, Ladies Off-Road what? You know, we have the Ladies Co-Driver Challenge. And then I started saying, well, what is this? Well, it's a network. What is this? How do we do this? And it was Ladies Off-Road Network. Well, there's also another layer to this. And the other layer is commitment, right? I wasn't committed. Let's just be honest. I wasn't committed to it at all. And I said, all right, you know, this is fun, and we're going through these events and we're having fun with it, and we're seeing if girls are interested in it, and we're putting something together for them. But again, I'm finalizing my Bauer Media accounts and I'm out of here. So in September, I want to say like mid-September, I start making some phone calls and saying to my friends that generally offer or take phone calls on, hey, who should I call for this or who should I call for that? And of course, anytime a media or PR opportunity came up, hopefully my name was at the top of the list, but my name would be on the list, right? And so I called up and I said, hey, listen, I just wanted to let you know that I'm shutting Bauer Media down, so please don't add me to your list of people when you are telling, you know, giving recommendations. And one of those calls was to my friend Barbara Rainey, who many of you know now, and many of you know this part of the story. So I called Barbara and I was telling her this, and she's like, you know, Charlene, I think you just need to breathe a little bit. And I'm like, you know, Barbara, I've been breathing for years and I am so over it. I am so done with all of this. There's no way I'm going to keep going. And she's like, no, really, just breathe for a couple weeks. And, you know, you just never know what might happen. And I'm like, okay. And she doesn't know I've been shutting my business down for months. Like, we're money coming in, spending money as we go do events. So I continue with the world. And 2 weeks later, she calls me. And I'm just thinking that she's seeing if I'm breathing, right? How things are going. And so I answer, and she's like, hey, Charlene, I'm calling on behalf of the Offroad Motorsports Hall of Fame. I'm like, okay. And she's like, you've been nominated as the rising star in the industry category. And I wanted to be super happy. And at the same time, I'm like, are you kidding me right now? And she's like, no, I'm not kidding. I'm like, did you know this 2 weeks ago? She's like, I did, but I couldn't tell you. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is awful. What am I going to do? If I accept this award because you're nominated, so 5 people go in, and then the industry actually votes, like the people vote. And if I'm the one that's selected, what do? Go up to the podium and say, hey, thank you all for believing in me, but here's my resignation. Like, might as well give the resignation to the entire industry at that point, right? Holy cow. So that happened. So I had to call my parents. I hung up and called my parents, and I'm like, hey, so good news, bad news, which one do you want to hear first? And of course my mom, she's like, oh, I want to hear the good news first. And I'm like, okay. So I told mom and dad, of course dad was on the phone too, so I told them all about the nomination for the Offroad Motorsports Hall of Fame, and we were all super excited about it because that is so honorable. Like, that's an amazing feat. And then my dad said, so what's the bad news? And I said, I can't quit. I can't quit. How can I quit right now when I'm being told by the industry that I'm a rising star and in the top 5 of the category? Like, how do you quit that? And I couldn't do it. So here I had let all my contracts go and found replacement people for me, and I couldn't do it. So my dad, and I said, well, I don't know what to do. I guess I'll pick some more clients up or whatever. My dad's like, this ladies thing is really going well for you. If anyone can do it, you can do it. And I'm like, wow, all right, well, that's interesting. So I started thinking about it, and I'm like, well, if I am going to do this, I have to give it 100% of my effort. The only way that it can be successful, the only way that this project can be successful is if I give it 100%. And so that's what I did. So Bauer Media that day still pretty much stayed closed. And so we haven't done a lot of Bauer Media. There's things I do with it. That pays my rent. That pays Charlene's lifestyle. Ladies Offroad Network does not pay for Charlene's lifestyle. So Bauer Media still pays for the lifestyle and the everyday living. But Ladies Offroad Network at that moment became real. It became legit. It became now. It became everything mattered. Everything mattered to what you wanted. And today, I can't even stress that enough. Like, it matters what you want, not necessarily what I want. I'm the one that has to figure out, okay, so you want that. How are we going to make that work? How are we going to make this to where it can be the best that it can be? And that's how Ladies Offroad Network started. 100% by accident. 100% by, well, I just want to go do something for myself. 100% selfish. And I want some rad ladies to go with me. Let's put this program together. To, I'm shutting it down and it doesn't matter. We're just going to go with it. To, oh my gosh, I can't quit. And so I gave it a year. I committed to 1 year. I committed to 1 year. And said, at the end of 1 year, we're going to analyze this. And if we're not making money, if we're not, doing the right thing, if we're not in a position to where ladies are really taking advantage of what we're supplying, if I'm not hearing correctly, if I don't hear what they say and then produce something else, then we're done. Then we're done. We're going to give it a year. And well, we're celebrating our 4-year anniversary and we're headed into year 5. We're still not making any money, but that's okay. We're making it work. And that to me is what matters. We're making it work. Hey, Oil. Oil's making noise over here. That to me is what matters, is making sure that you guys have every opportunity. You've been watching the programs all night in the background, all the giveaways, all the things that we've done, the $15,000 that we gave away. There's so many things that we're able to do, and it's all because of you, all because you are saying, hey, this is what I want. This is what I need. And, I even had a phone call today where I asked, I'm like, what do you want to come into the Wednesday night things? Because that's what matters. If we don't do what you want, are we all going to still be here? So you got to feed in on me too. This is an open door conversation. We do have a leadership group. They're very aware that I bring things up and say, okay, this is what I think is going to work, but is everybody willing to help with that, or not? Or do you guys think that this is just a full-on bad plan? Because there's definitely bad plans. There's bad plans out there that I know about, and you guys think it's a great plan, and so I'll be like, fine. After a while, I'll execute it and then say, so that was a bad plan, wasn't it? Yeah, there's a C word that fits into that. Anybody can type it. I'm not going to say it. And so that's how Ladies Offroad started. That's how Ladies Offroad Network got to where it became legitimate, where it became something that mattered. And then there's a whole nother next step, is I had to walk into the off-road industry and say, ladies are rad. Ladies, you need to be marketing to these ladies. They are intelligent, they are smart, they know what they want, they know how they want it done, they rule the checkbook, and you need to be talking to them. And you guys have no idea how many conversations, how many meetings, how many times I've sat down and said, these are your women. These are the ones. And there's companies that have come to me and said, Charlene, you have opened a whole new marketplace for us, because not that we didn't acknowledge them, not that we didn't recognize them, but we didn't realize the status. And I'm guilty too. That was something else I was guilty of in that first year. And so I did the market research. We do the market research. I ask the questions. I ask the hard questions. I ask the questions I don't always want to hear the answer to either, right? You guys definitely keep me on point, and I joke about that, but it's on purpose, and I ask for that. So there's an industry side that has happened where, with Ladies Offroad Network being where it is and what it's doing, we've made quite a mix out there in saying, hey, girls want to learn, girls are intelligent, girls can do this, girls are awesome. And I really appreciate you guys for that too, because you are the ones that are representing that group. You're the ones that are saying, I am intelligent and I am out there. And it wraps back in so clearly to this week, actually, with Andrew's e-workshop on how to find a shop for you and how to communicate, you know, and how to say, hey, listen, I know a little bit more than a girl. Oh, you want to know? Yeah, I'm not just a girl. That was a statement I made to a gentleman that was teaching me about snowplows, where I knew more about snowplows than he realized, so he started at A instead of G. And I'm looking at him like, dude, I don't have time for this. I'm like, I'm not just a girl. Like, I understand what you're talking about. So that's where that came from. Yep. And, oh, it's Greg from Raceline calling. We'll call him back in a minute. So there's just a lot of really cool scenes that have happened because of Ladies Offroad Network, and again, because of you. So the thank you went out. I do appreciate everybody's support, everybody's dedication, everybody giving feedback, everybody saying, Charlene, keep going every once in a while, because you see me get tired. You see me go, oh my gosh, what was this plan all about? But at the same time, look at what we did last year. 75 stops around the country. You know, this year, life changed. It's okay. We came up with our e-workshops. What a great thing. Holy cow. I'm really excited about our parties. I'm really excited about you bringing someone new to the party. Like, how cool is that going to be? So, in our impact, and our positive, and our this, and our that, like, it's all about having that positive space, and I am excited about that. So I hope that those of you that are new to Ladies Offroad Network now kind of understand a little bit of the backdrop to it. 26 years working in the industry, so that's why I'm able to make phone calls and get the top of the line people to come in. That's why I have a lot of knowledge. That's why we have a lot of opportunities. The 11 years of Bauer Media, the Bauer brand is coming back this year. So that's our big project through Bauer Academy and a couple other things. And Ladies Offroad Network is as strong as ever, thanks to you. And for that, I'm always appreciative. We have made a major adjustment in this time with the lifetime memberships, with the e-workshops, with the continuation of everything that we're doing. Making it happen. That's all I can say. Hearts to you. Hearts to you. You throw your own hearts. Throw a heart just for you. Boom, 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 boom. So when you hear about sunflowers, there's some internal words, right, that people know about. So if you hear about sunflowers, it was Project Sunflower. That was our word that we knew, that we used when we were talking about this in the very beginning, and we didn't know what we were going to call it. Because sunflowers are resilient. They're always pointing to the sun, and it takes a lot to knock them down, right? So that's why the sunflower is like our sunflower. And then Gem Offroad, Charlene's marketing fail. This is the original logo. So this is our marketing fail. It's pretty cool. It's still a cool logo. Our logo now is bland, but it works out just fine for everything that we do. I like it. I like it. So there's our logo now. But yeah. And we love smiley faces because smiley faces make us all happy. So we have smiley face balloons. This is actually at the convention. At the end of the convention, we were cleaning up and we had a bunch of smiley face balloons. So I'm like, oh my gosh. And somebody put one up in front of their face and I'm like, oh my gosh. And so we had to get a picture of all of us with a smiley face balloon in front of us. And when you see the full picture, it's hysterical. It's kind of blown out in this, but it's absolutely epic. So yeah, we have a ton of fun. But anybody have a question on Ladies Offroad Network and its beginning, or want me to expand on anything, or did I miss something that you guys know and you want me to talk about? This is one of our programs at King and the Hammers where we did welding with Andrew, actually. Interesting again. So where are we at? Who has what? Everybody happy? There is your beginning of everything. I'll watch for questions as I kind of recap really fast for anybody that's coming in. Oh, the glitter jet can be named Jim. Sure, Cheryl. You just keep that. You keep that in your scene right there. And don't let me forget about that one. Oh my God, yes. I love it. The glitter jet can absolutely be called Jim. If we keep talking about it, it will happen. It will happen. So June 1st is an anniversary day for me. It is the 4th year of Ladies Offroad Network anniversary. It's the 11th year of Bauer Media. It's the 26th year of me working in the off-road industry. That's where all of this information and knowledge is coming from. But did you know, here's some interesting facts for you. 4 years is 48 months, 208 weeks, 1,460 days, 35,040 hours, of which I think I worked all of them, and 2,102,400 minutes, of which I feel I was stressed out those entire time. Oh, it's awesome. So there's some random facts that you do not need to know. Our June Impact is open. Make sure that you go and get that logged in. The giveaway for June. Yes. Oh my God. It is the Coyote Deflators, the Trails in the Curl, and of course, what? A Warren Winch. Oh yeah. A Warren Winch, which may have something to do with the challenge. So that's exciting there. Our Bring a Friend to the Party giveaway is new and exciting, and we will be coming back around to this. I just ask that you go back and understand it a little bit better if you came in late. There's a lot of different ways that you can bring someone to the party, but you gotta tell me about it. So there's a thread in Apricot where you can tell me about it as well, and we'll be cutting those up for a giveaway, which is in I'm Not Just a Girl necklace, a very cute what are we calling this, a purse thingy, a backpack, cooler backpack, and a measuring kit. All right. There's that. And the e-workshop for tomorrow night, make sure that you get signed up at ladiesoffroadworkshop.com. It's 5 to 7:30. It will be me talking about two-wheel drive to four-wheel drive, the how and the why. And then Andrew from Let's Roll Off-Road will be talking about how to pick a shop and how to talk to a service manager. All right. So, yes. Oh, somebody says you can put a 6-pack in there. Crystal's like, oh, you can put a 6-pack, or can you? Both. The answer is yes. Of soda, of course. That's what we're going to put in there. Yep, absolutely. Good. So that's what I got for Live at 5. Happy June, ladies. I don't know where the world has gone. I don't know where this year has gone. It has gotten more and more interesting, but we will survive. We will make it happen, Captain. And we got a lot to do. Right? All right. I didn't see any questions. So make sure that you go back and watch about the Bring a Friend to a Party. This will also be posted here in the next couple minutes, and we'll get it up online for you. I'm very excited. This is going to be cool. Another great month. Oh, and it's a 5-week month too. So you get 3 weeks of education on winching, which is one of the big points as well. All right. Let's all say our goodbyes. Say goodbye, ladies. I know. Such a great night. Such a great time. Anybody want some chips? Or you just want the margaritas? Because they're really good too. Jessica brought some frozen strawberry drinks. So you just like drink a little bit off the top and then you put your margarita in it. Strawberry margarita. Pretty much what it was. Yeah. Have a couple of those. All right. Awesome. Loving, loving, loving. I know, all this curfew scenario, it's so challenging. But, you know, life. We'll just go with that. We'll just not get into it. You know you want some. They're really good. All right. I see all the goodbyes. Goodbying. Night, y'all. We'll see you tomorrow night for the workshop.